Well, the rule of thumb that I always use is that I'm very distrustful of the computer models, especially in the long range. I think they need to be used as guides or tools to identify threats. But once all of the players are kind of on the field in North America, which we have right now, now is when you can start to really begin to use them and try to figure out where the storm is going. And then once you know that, you can get the snow accumulations. AccuWeather.com meteorologist Bernie Rayno. There's still some minor differences. The American model came in and adjusted things a little to the north, but a little to the north makes a big difference in a storm like this. I want to show you the differences. We'll begin with the American model. Now, you see this piece of energy right here? And this is Wednesday morning. You see that? That is what's coming into the northwest right now. So it's coming in right now. So that's where this piece is. Now, what I've always talked about, it's the interaction between this energy in the west that's moving south and east, and energy which is going to be diving to the south. Because what's going to happen is that this energy forms the storm. This energy is what allows the storm to strengthen. And where do they interact? And when does that strengthening occur? And that all defines who gets the big snow and who doesn't. Also, it's the location. Here's what I mean. Here is the American model. Here's the northern piece of energy. This is the storm along the west coast. You see how how it is in front of the energy, because not only does this piece cause this to strengthen, but it also steers it, right? So this is coming down. This is going to steer this energy to the north and east. And you can see it do that. You see how it steers it just to the north and east. So it helps strengthen it and it steers it. Now this is the American model. The European model, just a little different. Just a little. So here we go. This is the American model, Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. All right, Wednesday morning American, here's the European. American, European. You see how, number one, this is a little deeper than European, and also notice the relation of this piece of energy in relation to that northern piece. Watch. Out ahead of it on the American, almost at the same longitude with it. So as a result, the European's a little farther south with the storm, and that's why there's implications to that. You see how it moves it through? European, 12Z, 18Z, or morning, afternoon. Here's the American model in the afternoon. See, it's out ahead of it a little more. And since this is a little deeper, you see how it's a little deeper? European, American model, it's a stronger storm. So so what the American model is saying is that this storm is going to be a little farther north, and it's going to be a little stronger. And you can kind of see the storm track the American model does. Take a look at this. This is you're down to 996 millibars, okay? This is Wednesday morning, 996. Afternoon, it's down to 988. Look at these lines. This to me looks like a blizzard going on in northern Ohio right there. Because you're going to have the heavy snow, you're going to have winds whipping between 30 and 40 miles. And I'm sure once you start getting this storm east, look at this. This is by Wednesday evening. You have all these lines coming off of Lake Michigan. This could turn into a full-fledged blizzard in northern Ohio with this storm track. See, look at it. Look how it moves to the north and east. All right, now just to show you what the European does, it's a little farther south and east. See? American, European, American, European. All right, that's in the morning. Here's the afternoon. American model, European. Now, once you get into the east, it's closer, isn't it? Pretty much in the same location. Here's the American model in the evening, European, a little farther south and east, but not much. So we're looking at a storm track that I think goes right up in here, so your heaviest snow is there. Let's take a look at the snowfall accumulations. The other thing you have to worry about, it doesn't happen much with this storm intensifying. There's a threat that many areas get a rain that turns over to wet snow. All right, this 6 to 12. Is going to go I think it goes back toward Toledo, and it's just south of Detroit, and I'm worried that it includes all of southwest Ontario. We'll have an update later today. But other than that, I think the 3 to 6 is going to hold it along the whole length of Interstate 70. But watch yourself in northern Ohio. That this 6 to 12 can go all the way back to Toledo, and it may get right to around Detroit, and in the southwest Ontario from Hamilton toward London. Big snowstorm, New York State Thruway, no doubt about that. At least 6 to 12. Albany, I think you're going to get a foot. And a lot of these areas may end up with a foot in here. Biggest snows, again, also in northern New England. Now, I am worried about mixing along the mid-coast, especially if the storm takes a little jog to the north and west. Right now, from Boston and New York City, it's rain, maybe that ends of snow, a coating to an inch or two. Now, the farther south and east you go in New England, the less likely that's going to happen. Meanwhile, once you get in the western Mass, I think there's going to be a good 6 to 8 inches in extreme western Mass. Once you get toward the Worcester area, it's probably more like 2 to 4. Hartford, I kind of like the 1 to 3 right now, and the 6-inch line again from Pennsylvania on north. Watch yourself in southern Ohio here. We could be looking at rain and southern parts of Indiana and Ohio. You go from rain to snow Wednesday morning. You can get a flash freeze, a quick coating to an inch. Pittsburgh for now 1 to 3, 2 to 4. Alleghenies 3 to 6. Even in this area, central New Jersey down toward Lancaster area, if this storm goes too far north and west, it probably just rains and ends as a little snow, and it's nothing. If the Euro's right and it's a little farther out to the south and east, I could see it coating to an inch or two of snow on the back side of this. That doesn't happen much, but it's a possibility. But I'm telling you, this, I think, just watch northern Ohio. Boy, I'm going to have an update on this later, but this is looking worse and worse for you around Cleveland. It's a big storm for northern New England. All right, any questions, you can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Bernie Rayno. Update around 6 o'clock tonight.